Back on the Ports pregame show, Zack joined today by Ports left-handed pitcher Ben Hornbeck. And Ben, 2 scoreless innings pitched last night. You've been dealing so far this year, both here and in Sacramento, where you've gotten a couple of appearances. Talk a little bit about how you're feeling and how it was for you to get a cup of coffee up in Triple-A.
Well, that was a great experience the A's gave me to send me up to Sacramento for a little bit, and just trying to build on each outing and trying to get better throughout the season, and hopefully I can keep things rolling in a positive direction. Just take it one pitch at a time, one outing at a time, and just try to continue to get better.
I find this fascinating about you, that you've had such an interesting development path. You never really had a full low-A season. You made a couple of appearances in Kane County over the past couple of years, but never really a full season in Kane County. You've pitched more in high A than ever in low A, and you've also had a couple of outings, as I mentioned, at Triple-A. How do you feel in your mind that you've developed, personally and in your pitching with this kind of non-traditional path that they had you on?
So far I feel, it's been some ups and downs, as every minor leaguer career, every minor leaguer has that, and I just find the most important thing as I've gotten older and maybe a little wiser is just it's all about consistency. I'm going out there, instead of looking at the big picture, trying to focus more on each individual pitch, each batter, just trying to get one out at a time, one pitch at a time. I'm really part of my process through my development. It's made me realize you need to break the game down into smaller scenarios and just take everything slower and just really focus on what you're doing at that moment.
You've always averaged a tremendous number of strikeouts compared to innings pitched, always over a strikeout an inning, at least since you've been here. At times when you got in trouble last year, sometimes you missed location with the fastball in particular. This year, barely any walks. Do you feel like that's something you've improved on? You continued with the strikeouts, but really eliminated a lot of the walks to this point.
That's a good point, Zach. Like I've said, it's almost, I don't want to say a new mindset. I've just kind of refined my thinking a little bit, and part of getting older and growing up is you can't, the least amount of base runners you can put out there, the better. So I'm really trying to just throw strikes. I know for the most part everything else will take care of itself as long as I can put the ball over the plate, throw pitches with conviction, and just try to really attack the hitters.
There have been a lot of guys that have thrown excellent changeups. Yours has been outstanding, and it's a swing and miss pitch for you. How do you go about setting up that changeup, and what makes that pitch so successful for you in your mind?
Well, like you said, in my opinion, it all comes off fastball location. If I can locate my fastball both sides of the plate, then the hitter has to be able to respect my fastball, and then just the ability to. In the past, I've gotten into trouble with my changeup because I didn't throw it for enough strikes, and this year, I've really adapted the strategy where I'm going to throw that pitch for a strike. Unless I got a guy 0-2, that ball is going to be over the plate when I throw my changeup, and it's really helped me with staying away from 3-2 counts. I'm avoiding getting deep into counts, and I'm just trying to really throw it for a strike more early in the count. And I've for the most part, I feel like that's really helped me out is being able to throw that pitch change-up first pitch for a strike, whereas maybe in the years past it's been basically just a 2-strike pitch for a put away. But now being able to show it early in the count for a strike, and then being able to expand with it later in the count, and also throwing it off my fastball is ideal.
At this point in the interview, I might ask a guy, what might your goals be going forward? And some guys have had traditional development processes in which they've, been in high A for a season, might want to get to Double-A. They've been in Double-A, might want to get to Triple-A. But we talked about how you've been all over the place. Is there a spot in your mind where you'd like to see yourself, maybe by the end of this year, consistently?
I'm just... in all honesty, wherever the A's put me, I'm just honestly going to try to do the best I can, and let the cards fall where they will, and just really go out there and try to prove to myself, prove to the organization that I'm working, and I'm trying to get better, and just trying to be successful wherever they put me, and just what happens.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for your time. Keep dealing, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Zack.
That's Port's left-handed pitcher Ben Hornbeck. We'll come back with the starting pitching matchup for tonight's game next year on KWSX.